In this lecture, we will discuss about the control characteristic of HVDC system. The two-terminal HVDC link consisting of rectifier and inverter can be represented in terms of equivalent circuit. This electrical equivalent circuit consists of DC supply, which is obtained from rectifier, and there is another DC supply representing inverter. Both these DC supplies are variable because we can vary the firing angle alpha or extinction angle gamma. Two terminal HVDC link consists of three resistances. Resistance RCR represents the resistance of rectifier because of source inductance. The RCI represents the resistance of inverter due to source inductance, and RL represents the resistance of the line. The rectifier is connected to three-phase AC supply through a transformer which is having facility to change its taps so that the input voltage to the rectifier can be controlled. Similarly, the inverter end of HVDC link is connected to three-phase AC supply through a tap changing transformer. The reason that this tap changing transformer is used is that the voltage which is given to the rectifier can be controlled by controlling the taps. One of the major advantage of HVDC is that it has ability to rapidly control the power transmitted from rectifier to inverter by means of a firing angle control. However, the control of HVDC link tend to be very complex. Now you can notice that the current in the DC link can be expressed by considering the electrical equivalent circuit, which we discussed in the previous slide. The ID can be written by using simply Ohm's law. The numerator represents the voltage difference between rectifier and inverter, and the denominator consists of three resistances. Now, while controlling the HVDC, it is desired to have alpha. It is desired to have minimum value of alpha to be 5 degree in order to ensure that the voltage across all the walls before the firing is sufficient. Otherwise, even if there is a firing pulse available and if the supply voltage is very low, then there is possibility that all the SCRs may not trigger and may not conduct satisfactorily. However, under normal condition, rectifier operates with firing angle in the range 15 degree to 20 degree. Now in the case of inverter, it is necessary that it is operating at certain minimum extinction angle gamma in order to avoid the commutation failure. So it is important that the outgoing SCR gets turned off with sufficient time margin, or we can say that the outgoing SCR should be given sufficient time for deionization before the commutating voltage reverses at say alpha equal to 180 degree or gamma is equal to 0 degree. See, the typical value of this extinction angle are generally set close to 15 degree for satisfactory operation of inverter. Now there are certain control strategies discussed here. Say for example, if the AC voltage on inverter side increases, obviously since the rectifier voltage is constant and the inverter side voltage has increased, the net DC current will reduce according to the equation. Say for example, ID is equal to, this is a rectifier voltage minus inverter voltage divided by the total resistance. So if this Vi increases for constant Vr, then the current in the DC link will reduce. Now generally it is desired to keep the DC link current constant so that the current in the wall will not be very high compared to the rating of these walls or SCRs. Now to maintain the constant current in the DC link under the condition that the inverter voltage has increased, what is done is the firing angle is reduced. So it can be reduced up to alpha minimum, and as we discussed that alpha minimum is generally close to 5 degrees. In case if this current is still not restored to the normal value, then the next line of action is to operate the taps of transformer. And the taps are so adjusted that the DC link current which has reduced because of reduced inverter voltage is restored. In case that there is a decrease in inverter voltage, that means this voltage has decreased for a constant rectifier voltage, then the current in the DC link will increase. So under this condition, the rectifier side controller will come in action and it will increase the delay angle so that the current in the DC link can be restored. But any increase in alpha will reduce the power factor, since the power factor of say rectifier depends on the firing angle. So it is not possible to increase the alpha beyond say 15 degree or 20 degree in order not to reduce the power factor substantially. Under this condition, the next line of action is to operate the taps of transformer on rectifier side to restore the direct link current. Now in third case, so for example, if this Vr has reduced, so in that case for constant Vi, current Id will decrease. And now in order to restore the DC link current, what is done is the firing angle at rectifier is decreased, but it cannot be reduced below say alpha minimum. And even though after reducing this alpha, if the current is not restored, then the next action is to control the rectifier end voltage by using tap changers of the transformer. If the AC voltage is further reduced, then in that case the rectifier characteristic falls below the characteristic of inverter. So in case that AC voltage on rectifier has decreased significantly, then there is a possibility that rectifier characteristic falls below inverter characteristic, and these two characteristics may not intersect, and hence the direct current or the DC link current may reduce to 0. So this condition is not good for the operation of HVDC link, and therefore it is desired that the inverter is also equipped with constant controller. So what we understand that the rectifier under normal condition operates as constant current controller, while inverter is operated to control the DC voltage. And since there is possibility that the rectifier side voltage may decrease substantially, it is necessary that the inverter should also be equipped with constant current controller. Now let's try to draw the ideal steady state Vi characteristic of HVDC link. Now you can notice that there is a horizontal axis which represents the current Id in HVDC link, and then vertical axis represents the voltage Vd of HVDC link. As we know that the DC link can be represented by, say, variable DC source VDR, variable DC source on inverter side VDI, and three resistances, namely RCR, RL and ICI. Now this RCI should have negative sign here. Now in order to represent VD, we need to consider a point on this HVDC link which will divide rectifier and inverter into two sections. Say for example, if we choose this point and we represent our VD here, and then this is the ID. So this ideal steady state characteristic is essentially the characteristic representing the relation between VD and ID for whole HVDC link. So when the HVDC link is in operation, then it will have some direct voltage VD and there will be some current ID in the link. So this equilibrium gets disturbed if the input AC voltage on rectifier side or input AC voltage on inverter side changes. As we discussed previously that if the inverter voltage, say, increases or decreases, then this ID changes and therefore some control action is necessary in order to restore this current in the DC link to a constant value. This constant value is generally 1 per unit, and this current ID, which is held constant, is calculated by considering the rating of SCRs. So the VI characteristic of HVDC link is essentially the relationship between VD and ID. And ID depends on DC voltage on rectifier side, DC voltage on inverter side, and the resistance of the whole link, which comprises rectifier resistance, inverter resistance and the resistance of line. The denominator is generally constant. So when there are changes on, say, rectifier side or inverter side, then this current ID will change, and it is desired that the current ID should remain constant. So there is one control scheme provided to rectifier which keeps the current in the HVDC link constant, and this characteristic is called constant current control characteristic of rectifier. So you can notice that the line AB, which is vertical, represents, that is, constant current control characteristic. Now the inverter side voltage VDI can be expressed in terms of VD. So for that purpose, let's consider this much circuit diagram where VD is a DC voltage and the current ID enters, and then there is a rectifier voltage VDI. Now this circuit can be represented by this equation: VD equal to VDOI into cos gamma plus this bracket RL minus RC into ID. Now in this case, gamma represents the extinction angle, and generally it is fixed to certain value which will ensure the commutation of outgoing SCR. And this entire expression represents the equation of a straight line having certain y-intercept. So by plotting this characteristic, say this VD represents the y-axis and this VDOI cos gamma represents the y-intercept. So this particular equation is represented by this line. This line is a drooping line because this term RL minus RC is negative. The reason that this term is negative is that the resistance RCI of inverter is slightly larger than the resistance of the line, and hence this equation is represented by this line. This particular straight line represents the inverter equation or its inverter characteristic. It is CEA, that is constant extinction angle characteristic, because this gamma is set to certain fixed value. So these two characteristics, that is CEA and CC, they intersect at point E, and this point represents the operating point of whole HVDC link. So at point E, the current will be represented by this point B, and the voltage would be certain voltage, say for example here. The constant current controller at rectifier can be expressed by this simple control scheme, where we can notice that this is the measured direct current from the DC link. This is the reference current which is required in the DC link in order to keep this current constant, and the difference is representing the difference between two values, that is measured value and the reference value. So this difference is continuously cleared by suitable control scheme, and for that purpose the angle alpha is adjusted so that this alpha will be within alpha minimum to certain value of alpha. Now just we discussed that there is a constant current controller provided to rectifier, and there is a constant and there is a kind of controller is associated with the inverter which will operate by keeping extinction angle constant. So this characteristic, which is CEA, is represented here by this line C, G and D, whereas line AB represents the characteristic of rectifier. And both these characteristics, that is CC characteristic of rectifier and CEA characteristic of inverter, they intersect at point E, and that is an operating point. Now we know that the rectifier can be expressed by considering this electrical equivalent circuit, where VD is shown here, and then this is the output voltage of rectifier, that is VDR. This is VD, that is a DC voltage of the link. This is expression which represents this equivalent circuit. This VDR is VDO into cos alpha, where VDO is 3 root 3 EM by pi. Now since this VDO contains the term EM, which represents AC voltage, and its AC voltage on rectifier, it can increase or decrease. The increase it can be limited to certain value, but the decrease can be even up to 0 because of the short circuit. We also discussed that the rectifier is operated at certain normal value, which is in the range 15 degree to say 20 degree. However, the value of alpha is limited to say alpha minimum, which is generally say 5 degree. So in that case, the equation corresponding to alpha minimum, which is shown here, can be represented by another straight line, in which case the VD represents the vertical axis, this VDR represents the y-intercept, and this term represents, say this RCIR represents the slope of the line, and ID is the horizontal axis parameter. So this particular equation is represented here by this line, and this line is called constant ignition angle characteristic. The ignition angle refers to this alpha minimum. The word constant is included here due to fact that the magnitude of alpha cannot be below say alpha minimum, and therefore the name constant ignition angle characteristic. Now we can notice that if this AC supply has reduced. So if the magnitude of AC voltage reduces, then this rectifier characteristic can move in a downward direction. And therefore, say for example, if this voltage has reduced to certain value, this particular voltage has reduced to certain value such that this particular characteristic for say normal value of the voltage which is plotted here will fall below. So f dash a dash is new characteristic of rectifier for constant value of say alpha, but with a reduced value of say EM or AC side voltage. Now under this condition, this characteristic f dash a dash will not intersect this characteristic say CD, because it is necessary that the rectifier characteristic should intersect inverter characteristic so that the operating point can be located. Now since this voltage, AC voltage on rectifier side has reduced significantly to an extent that the new rectifier characteristic is represented by this dotted line f dash a dash, and since it is not intersecting the rectifier characteristic, it is quite possible that the controller may run down and the power transfer from rectifier to inverter may be stopped. So in order that the power flow in the HVDC link remains constant, it is necessary that the inverter should also be equipped with a characteristic which is called a constant current control characteristic of inverter. So in order to avoid this situation, the inverter is also equipped with constant current control characteristic, but the current setting for inverter is slightly below the current setting of say rectifier. For example, the current setting of rectifier is at point B, then the current setting for inverter is set to point H, and there is a small margin which is set between two controllers, that is constant current control of that is the constant current controller of rectifier and constant current controller of inverter, and this margin is generally 10%. So for example, if the current at point B is 1 per unit, then the current at say point H is set to 0.9 per unit. So what we understand is that the rectifier is equipped with two characteristics, namely constant ignition angle characteristic, which is represented by this line FA, where the normal voltage EM is considered here for calculating VDO, and alpha is set to say alpha minimum value, and the rectifier is also equipped with another controller which is called constant current controller. So there are two characteristics for rectifier, namely FA, that is CIA characteristic, and there is another characteristic or another controller associated with rectifier that is represented by line say AB. So the overall characteristic of say rectifier can be represented by this blue colored line. Now if the characteristic GH is provided to inverter, and if the voltage of say rectifier has dropped to say f dash a dash, then also this characteristic will cut the characteristic of inverter at point E dash, and there will be new operating point which is E dash. That means earlier the HVDC link was operating at E, but due to drastic reduction in voltage at rectifier end, the operating point is now shifted to E dash, with a reduced current controller. So it is always better to have say power transfer at lower value than not having any power transfer. So finally, to summarize, that rectifier consists of two characteristics, namely CIA and CC, and inverter is also equipped with two characteristics, namely CEA and CC. So in our previous discussion, we discussed about the basic principle of control characteristic of HVDC link. Now in this slide, we will try to understand the complete characteristic of HVDC control system when, say, station 1 is acting as a rectifier and station 2 is acting as inverter, as well as the other situation when the station 1 is acting as, say, inverter and station 2 is acting as a say rectifier, that is during power reversal mode. The point of intersection of two characteristics, that is characteristic of inverter and the characteristic of rectifier, determines the operating point of HVDC link. There are three modes of operation of HVDC link we can summarize. So in first case, the rectifier is acting as constant current controller and the inverter is acting as constant ignition angle controller, and the point of intersection between two, that is A, is the operating point of HVDC link. Now with slight, say, reduction in the AC voltage of rectifier, the characteristic of rectifier, which is, say, constant ignition angle characteristic, drops below its normal characteristic, represented by, say, 1. So in this case, after the rectifier side voltage has reduced, the another point of intersection is possible, and that is point C. Now point C is the intersection between the constant ignition angle characteristic of rectifier when input voltage is reduced and the constant extinction angle characteristic of an inverter. So the new operating point is C when there is a slight drop in rectifier side voltage. Now if the voltage of rectifier has dropped significantly, then the constant current controller of inverter comes in picture, and the new operating point obtained is B, where the HVDC link is working with reduced current. So this is the case when the station 1 is acting as a rectifier and station 2 is acting as inverter. We understand that there are three operating points possible depending upon the rectifier side voltage. Under normal condition, the operating point is A, where the rectifier is working as in a CC mode and inverter is working in CEA mode. The another operating point is C, where the rectifier is working in constant ignition angle mode and inverter is operating in constant extinction angle mode. And point B represents that the inverter is operating in constant current mode while the rectifier is operating in constant ignition angle mode, where the input voltage has reduced drastically. Now these characteristics, say for example, CC, constant current control characteristic of rectifier, can be extended in fourth quadrant up to C. Similarly, the constant current controller characteristic of inverter can also be extended in power reversal mode up to say point G. And there is a small current margin which is intentionally introduced between the current reference of rectifier and the current reference of inverter. Both these current references have certain difference, otherwise both characteristic will clash if this margin is very small. Now figure 2 represents that the inverter station, that means station 2, is now acting as a rectifier and station 1 is acting as a say inverter. That means there is now power reversal. Under this condition, the point of operation or the operating point is D, where the current reference for inverter is now more than current reference of rectifier. This is a characteristic of rectifier in first quadrant when station 1 is acting as a rectifier and station 2 is acting as an inverter, whereas CD is representing a situation where the station 1 is acting as an inverter. That means this characteristic CD is now representing constant extinction angle characteristic. Moreover, the characteristic FE represents the characteristic of inverter, and the same inverter is now working as a rectifier during power reversal mode. So the corresponding control characteristic for a station 2, which is now acting as a rectifier, is represented by line HG, and then it has its own constant current characteristic. And so this is the constant current characteristic of say station 1, and this is constant current characteristic of station 2, which is now acting as a rectifier, and then HG is constant ignition angle characteristic of say station 2, which is now acting as a rectifier. Since the current references of station 1 and 2 are interchanged, so we get new operating point, that is point D, where the HVDC link will be working now. This is the combined characteristic given in figure 1 and figure 2, where you can notice that this is the constant ignition angle characteristic when the station 1 is acting as a rectifier, and this is CC of the rectifier. Similarly, this is constant extinction angle characteristic of converter 2, say, which is acting as inverter or station 2, and then this is CC of inverter. And when the role of station 1 and 2 are reversed, then the transition from say rectification to inversion or from inversion to rectification is done smoothly, and then here the inverter now gradually becomes a rectifier, and the rectifier gradually becomes inverter, and we get new operating point E2. So E2 is the operating point when the converter 1 and converter 2 or station 1 and station 2 interchanges their role, while E1 is an operating point when station 1 is a rectifier and station 2 is acting as a inverter.